taller, some of them, but when you look at the top 5 or 6 home run hitters of all time, all have enormous hands. I haven't seen Babe Ruth, but I would think he had big hands too.
What?
1-0 to Stewart.
1-0 to Stewart.
1-1.
1-1.
You look at the bottom of this Met lineup. It's Vogelback at 223. Narvaez at 213. Vientos at 202.
And
Stewart at 184. Ortega at 182. That's why they have trouble scoring runs.
Michael, they don't have one guy in today's lineup hitting above 260. Now that's a problem. You know, whether you want to build a team that everyone hits above 260, and they're going to say, well, the home runs are going to come down, and I'm going to say, I do not care about home runs. I care about good hitters, and the more you put yourself in a position to be a good hitter, the more productive you're going to be.
well, yeah, that too.
Look at a guy like Acuna came into this game hitting 336, 26, and 71. Right. And Olsen, you know, 270. Riley, 280. Across the board, everyone hits above 275. You know, Harris is hitting 291 from the night spot.
Hang on, everybody. Let me get
It can't just be all or nothing.
trying this new thing out here. Just give me.
And I don't think you're gonna have. I don't think you can win a team. I don't think you can win a championship without analytics. But I also don't think you can win a championship without the human element. And if either one is out of the room, I think you got a big miss. Here's a 2-2.
Okay.
Yes, he did. So Stewart down on strikes. No runs hit, no errors. One man left on base. We're trying to get Dominic back to answer that big question as well. And also, we have Game of Justice on deck, too. And Braves 3, the Yankees, not the Yankees, the Mets, nothing as we go to the third.
Geico makes car insurance easy.
Enjoy your flight.
You too.
As easy as saying the wrong thing.
Me too. Really?
What?
Dad, why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Do I look like I'm going on vacation, sir?
That's not how airports work, man.
You could.
Dad.
Are we leaving? Or I don't even want to go on vacation anymore.
I thought I knew
Stupid commercial.
She has hairspray that's over the limit.
With an app that puts your policy in your pocket, it's easy to Geico.
And you're not wearing socks. Get a grip, man.
Let me be direct. You're watching football wrong. What do you call a guy in face paint that can't get the game? A clown. Amateurs.
Sorry, everybody.
Direction Sports Center gives you access to every game. So you never have to compromise on game.
What was that?
I was just illustrating the point.
Oh.
Get in the red zone with SportsBet. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Dad, we got this.
You got this. You got this. You got this.
Life is for living.
You got this.
Let's partner for all of it. Edward Jones.
K-Rod, it's the Braves 3 and the Mets nothing. Top of the third inning at Citi Field, final game of this 4-game set. Then we have reestablished communication with Dominique Wilkins. So let me ask Dominique that question again. Do you like the way the game is played now, Dominique, where there could be a 2-on-1 break, and rather than taking it to the hoop, they kick it back out because they have to take the 3?
Well, I don't have no problem with the great shooters taking that shot, but I think you do yourself a disservice a lot of times, because then why not get the quick two, especially early in the game? That's what fast breaks are for, is to get the quickest, best available shot that you can. But sometimes you have guys shoot threes who probably shouldn't be shooting them, especially big guys. When you have an easy two,
Hang on, everybody.
go and make the layup. Yeah, three is a big part of the game now, but you know, sometimes I think they make the game hard.
All right, so my friend Jeff Van Gundy told me
B.
that comparison is the thief of joy.
And
So I'm going to ask you a question. Who's better, LeBron or Jordan?
Oh, stop. I will tell you this. I hate comparison. But I will tell you like this. What guy you know in any sport that can win 3 championships, retire, play another sport, come back and win 3 more championships with the same team? Taking nothing from nobody else. That's never been done before. I mean, and Jordan did it in the era.
well, yeah, that too.
So guys competed hard. And so, and that's pretty amazing stat when you look at it. But again, comparison, who's the best, different era. It's really unfair.
Settings.
LeBron is, though, Dominic.
One of the greatest players ever played the game. No question. You can't dispute that or debate that. I mean, what he's done is pretty remarkable to reach the heights that he's reached and still playing at 38.
Oh, hang on, folks. Let me put this.
1-2 count, a little bit low. Now, what do you think? You know, Alex obviously is one of the owners of the Timberwolves. What do you think of his star player Anthony Edwards?
I love him. I was one of Anthony's mentors, you know, when he was younger. And he reminded me of that, you know, when we came to Atlanta and played the first game. I think he's a wonderful talent. He's going to do nothing but get better, and I'm very proud of him.
Hey, Dominique, we have to get you to Wolves game next year. Maybe when we're in Atlanta, or maybe we'll get you up to Minnesota.
Well, you know, I travel with the team, so more than likely, hey, you're going to see me. So we got to make a point of that. So I'll contact you before I come to town, and we'll definitely hook up.
Yeah, just hit me up and bring it to the house. I'll make you a little home
Hang on.
dinner. I cook a very mean lasagna. If you let me cook for you,
Wait a minute.
Prime time, baby.
Wait a minute. Hey, you can cook.
Dominic, we have a Twitter question. SteelFlex0 says, hey, Dominic, any advice on A-Rod now that he's the owner of the Wolves?
Any advice I can give you is, you know, be patient, because I know you was a competitor and you expect things to happen right now. But I'm the same way. So we got to patience and help, but you know, we still think we're better.
That's good advice.
That is good advice. Now, I have to ask you about my longtime broadcast partner, John Sterling. And I said at the beginning when we introduced you, when he was the voice of the Hawks, he was one who came up with Dominique saying on your feet. What did you think of that?
I think he was great to announce everybody else, but he was the architect of giving unbelievable nicknames and showing the emotion on it.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Electricity from John Sterling. And I still thank the world of him to this very day.
Hey, Dominic, you were a little bit of a version of our Cal Ripken. You were an Iron Man in your own, career. You only missed 4 games in 10 years. Talk to me a little bit about the current day environment with load management. Your thoughts?
Well, I think load management is a joke, first of all. And secondly, I felt like if I didn't play, I let my teammates down, I let the organization down. And so I played at all costs. I mean, I had a game where I had 2 dislocated fingers, temperature of 103, and a bad ankle, and played and scored 57. I didn't think once about not playing.
Well, that should help.
That was the mentality of all the guys I played against and played with.
I also think, Dominic, at least from baseball, because it's what I know, I can't really talk about the NBA, but I think it makes you softer. You have a front office telling you, hey, we're going to slow you down. We want to save you for later. I don't believe in saving anything for later. I want to
Yeah, well, that too.
and every game in the playoffs World Series. Right?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, because, you know, you had to drag me. No trainer was going to tell me I had to sit out. No way. I was going to play no matter what. Because, again, I wanted to be out there going to battle with my teammates. And so with me, and all the guys I played with, you know, I enjoyed all of us for years. And We couldn't wait to play against one another. That's where we are.
That's right.
Dominique, thank you so much for coming on to the Atlanta Legend with the Braves show. Thanks a lot, my friend. We appreciate it. The Braves lead by 3 here in the third. David Justice coming up.
Everyone in the order, you Anakin Skywalker.
It's more than just gymnastics. It's your responsibility. Prepare.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. As currently with App Company and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. 5G box mode activated.
There we go.
You're on Cricket. Features let you better hurry.
As we would expect from the ultimate electric driving machine. That's David. As I always say, yeah, you never said that. Never. Yeah, the electric summer home sales event is on now. It's the 2023 game with the last free drive for time before that event. Now for sale.
A new car loses about 10% of value the day you drop off the lot. Or more. That's why Farmers' new car replacement pays to replace it with a new one of the same make and model. Get a whole lot of something with Farmers' policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
We need more tickets. Choose a decision.
Order a lot to tell the Christmas online for $8.99.
Pizza, pizza.
All right, back from Miami in Citi Field tonight. Braves continue to dominate. And the Mets trying to get something started.
Yeah, nice base hit there, folks.
Mets trying to get in front of 2 runs here. Almost had a 2-run homer by Alonso. Just went foul by about 6 or 8 inches. We have David Justice coming up next and a great guest list. Dominique Wilkins was outstanding. Loves baseball, very smart. Loved the Hank Aaron story. And more than anything, Michael, I really liked his load management question. I love how he talked to Michael Jordan, Larry Bird. And he was a guy that wanted to go out and play every day. And I do think that the more you play, the tougher you get, and the better you are.
Ah, shit.
And there's a pop-up of Memo, so
There's a pop-up.
1 down with
1 down.
I was late because I'm just exploring the house. I was just looking through, your kitchen and I'm in the master bedroom's next.
I think you were just jacuzzi.
Well, you know what? There's a very strange weird. I thought it was like a fun house. I'm nervous.
I want to know about load management from Michael K. You got him the hard way back, so
Yeah, there's no such thing as low management. I'd like to try it out though.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Now this guy up here, Alex, he plays all the time, and he sat out his first game the other day of the year. This guy wants to play all the time when it's this hard.
I think it's one of those things that is hard to quantify, but you want to have baseball players that love the game, that just they want to fight to get in the lineup and not fight to get out of the lineup, and there's an enormous difference. And you have this Mets team, they have 4 guys that haven't missed a game, which is incredible. And Swanson was just here a few years ago, he played 154 games. So this comes from the old school mentality of playing baseball. Murphy was the same way, Chipper Jones was the same way.
Oh, yeah, and that.
The same way.
These are the players right now that have played every single game this year. So you have the 4 Braves, Eugenio Suarez of Seattle, Freddie Freeman, he's probably right now second in the MVP voting to Acuna, and then Marcus Simeon. And somebody said this the other day, and I really agree with it. Guys you want to play the other day, or every day, are the guys you want on your team. And although teams preach load management, put that on.
Well, hang on. Well,
You have to do that and you're strong. I think a lot of people just see the NBA, they just accept it. Okay, second game. You know, they just say, well, I think that's cool.
Absolutely. And look at the Braves. They played split the weather last night and yesterday afternoon. All the stars were there, and they're right back to today. They have every excuse to say, hey, what? We're in first place by a mile. I can just take a break, but they don't. And Joe, can you put up that list you had up there real quick? Because in that list, Michael, there's one common denominator. And the common denominator is that every person on that list is in the first place team.
Except for Suarez.
Except for Suarez.
And they're battling to get into the wild card.
Yeah. And these things are important, man.
whoa, that one said a ton.
That people, other teams pay attention to this. You know, Moneyball was contrary, and they were doing something that the other 29 teams weren't doing. I think
Anyone new here
especially the Braves,
for the very first time?
which is completely proactive, have a plan, know exactly what you want, know exactly what you have to give up.
Oh, hang on.
And is an absolute master class.
Leo Chu to the jury is blocked. So first and second for the Mets.
First and second.
You know, Gold Bichette says in there, really like, he said batting average for the most part. Now, some people say batting average and RBIs are not as important. But we focus on batting average. Number one, Braves. Number two, Rangers. First place. 29th and 30th, the Oakland A's and your New York Yankees. So now I have an ownership set.
Well, yeah, that. Yeah.
There was a minority owner of the Yankees, and the Yankees had just won the World Series in that game. We were on the plane flying back from San Diego, and George Steinbrenner was on the plane. And so there was an owner that I forget who it was, but he owned 3 points. And I asked George Steinbrenner, can I buy it? And he goes, what? I said, can I buy a point? He goes, no, I don't want you to.
From David Justice early on, who's the great David Justice. I couldn't believe what you said. Played in the playoffs every year, the epitome of a winner. He said, Alex, not all seasons are created equal. If you have your 35 home runs, but you get 25 of them past the All-Star break, you already traded everybody. The season's over. It's paramount. It's very important to get off to a good start, so you're in the race, right?
I think they turned Vogel back loose on 3-0.
Yes, they will.
I'll be right back, folks, okay?
Good pitch.
Once you guys got the check, I'd have to go back to the screen.
He takes a lot of pitches Vogel
Right.
back. And that's much
Well,
the
and that
consolation
little
of
one.
Met fans, because he just takes pitches.
LA.
To take pictures right now, but I want to get through the home run.
Strike.
3-2.
Two.
And there's a time, Michael, when you want to take. But part of the
Vogelbach
situation
is 0 for 1 today.
Is you have to know, if I had him in on third and it was a tough lefty and I had Matsui behind me, even though Matsui hit lefties very well, my at-bat's going to be probably a better bat. I'll expand a little bit to get that run in and take the responsibility of Matsui. However, if I have a guy like Pedro Martinez who gave me a hard time, and Matsui saw that very well, because we played together for 5 years and I know exactly what he's thinking and what I'm thinking, I'm going to be ultra, conservative and disciplined to pass the baton to a guy like Matsui, like Game 6 of the World Series where we had 6 or 7 RBIs.
They struck me and grabbed there my oath. The Mets get a run. They leave 2. We go to the 4th. It's the Braves 3 and the Mets 1. We're going to leave it
Braves 3, Mets 1.
tough. German engineering everyone can relate to. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9%. 2051.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the Sea
Now,
and the Accord. Both with available hybrid powertrain. Designed for rugged performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrified with fun. The most rewarding car driver to invest in history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
And one more.
Yeah, let's focus on the RV.
RV?
Hey, everybody, look at the RV and smile.
This is what you want for your family portrait.
Good point. We bundled the boat with our home and auto first. Hey, team, get on in here. Team? Oh.
Fun. Now everyone say 24/7 financial protection with Progressive. 24/7 financial protection with Progressive. Right? Let's get some singles and yellow button. What makes baseball even better? Showing more action. How about more steals? Yeah. More hits? That's their fault. Okay, Mookie, more hits? What if the games are just quicker? The game has changed, and fans are saying, oh, yeah.
Well, listen to every MLB game live or on demand with AtlantabravesVsMets. Watch all minor league baseball and live look-ins on MLB beginning. No blackouts. Visit MLB.com/@bat for details. I'm back here on K-Rock. 3-1. Braves lead as they look for the sweep. And Ozuna leads up against Senga. Senga certainly settled down after that first inning, but yes, that's what the Braves do. They score in the first inning. Ozuna had that big bases clearing double. He scored all 3 runs in the first inning. Down 1-1. Senga was a really smart free agent signing by the Mets. And right now, with all the trades they've made, he's the ace of the staff. Scoop by Alonso.
Very good play, good release. I like using the bounce pass here. A much easier play for Alonso. Nice back step here. Keith Hernandez is proud somewhere.
I like the way he shifted into foul territory.
Me too.
To make that play, that's a good play by a first baseman.
Albert Pujols did that very well. David Seguin did that very well.
Ooh,
yeah.
David Seguin.
Yeah.
Fly ball, deep center.
Mike, you know what's the most underrated defensive position in the game, right?
What's that?
Well, we're just talking about is first base.
Right.
When you have a guy like Keith Hernandez or Don Mattingly or John Olerud or David Seguin, I mean, they're game changers and they're winning baseball players and they affect everybody. They affect the outfielders, pitchers, catchers. Everyone has to throw through first base. On defenses, it's remarkable. And Mets fans remember obviously Keith Hernandez, and then obviously the run they had with John Olerud and Robert Ventura. That crew, special.
I never asked you this. Do you like John Olerud?
Oh, I love John Olerud. But you know what I want? I want Joe to play us to find us that one call that you had today, which was fantastic. You had another great one back in 2000 with David Justice, which I'm going to ask David. It was
That's one of my favorite calls.
It's one of my least favorite moments in my life because Justice broke our hearts.
David?
And it was his two biggest home runs. Oh, this guy doesn't win. I mean, he's been one of my great role models from day one. He's a great friend. But 2 of his biggest home runs came left against left.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask him, I mean, in today's game, does David Justice even get those at-bats? Because he hit lefties very well, and he took a lot of pride in hitting lefties well. The home run in the World Series, late, when he had the issue with the fans, and he sped up, and then
up and in.
Oh man, the Arthur Rose home run. I've never heard
at
you say that.
field.
It was you screaming from the box.
Yeah, that was an amazing moment, and you know at that point the Yankees were
defensive arm too. He wasn't that amazing.
That's pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what David does, though. I mean, that's just what David does.
I'm gonna have to pick that up, too.
The bigger the moment,
Plus,
the
the
bigger
game score was
justice.
3-1.
And he was
Then
a defender,
fourth
too.
inning,
He also
2-2 count,
He had
and
class, and he had
the
strong,
was pitching,
and he was a confident player.
Segner,
You know, it's Dale Murphy.
he's at
And then
64
David
pitches
Justice. So think about
already
all the
through
pressure, right?
3 and a third. With 2 outs, nobody on.
You know, David Justice, Chipper Jones, and obviously the big good pitchers. But when you think about, you know, they're not much more. I think David Justice is right up there with the championship in 95.
All right, so now we've done a proper tease, and we are going to have David Justice in the bottom of the fourth inning. He looks terrific. He's a great guy and a heck of a player as well. Justice joins us next right here on K-Rod.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. We bring heirloom corn products from Mexico to every kitchen. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. With no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to meet my business needs. And I reinvest my 2% cash back to help grow our business with new products, like our tabletop masa mill. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing masa to the masses. What's in your wallet?
Astapro Allergy. Steroid-free allergy relief that starts working in 30 minutes. While other allergy sprays take hours. With Astapro's unbeatably fast allergy relief, you can Astapro and go.
The following transformation is real, but temporary. Now any eye can temporarily cover grays, fill in thin patchy areas, and create a full defined look for beard and brows. New just for men, one-day beard and brow. Breakthrough color that stays put for the day until you wash it out. Transform your look. New just for men, one-day beard and brow color.
It's sweet heat season at Outback, featuring hot honey. It's sweet like a baby kangaroo, but it kicks like its mama. Just watch yourself around a mama-roo, is all I'm saying. Hurry in for sweet heat season starting at $16.99, only at Outback Steakhouse.
DirecTV Sports Central gives you access to every game, but Terry doesn't have DirecTV. Here, now you can find the game easy. Barbecue is made!
Get in the red zone with Sportsback. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
The barbecue is ruined.
With Allegra, allergies don't hold us back. Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. And unlike Zyrtec, it won't make us drowsy, so you can live your dreams. And for kids, try Children's Allegra, the only allergist recommended Mount Jersey brand.
We go back to 1995, Game 6, and David Justice, after challenging the Atlanta fans, he steps up big time in that 6th game, and it's that massive home run, and the Braves end up winning the World Series against the then Cleveland Indians, and just an amazing moment for David Justice. And obviously David was a member of the Yankees, where I got to know him. I worked with him on the Yes Network. Alex, one of my favorite people. Let's welcome him in. David, how you doing?
What's up, fellas? Man, I'm so glad to be on the show. I've been sitting here watching y'all interview these guests. Hey, listen, if you couldn't have got the last answer from Dominique, just ask me. I would have answered all the questions for Dominique. We both played in Atlanta at the same time. I knew all the questions. I knew all the answers to the questions, Michael.
All right, so what do you feel about load management? How do you feel about when the game's played now, everybody rests?
Well, I think it's ridiculous, too. And another perspective, fellas, is, you know how sometimes there's a household, a family, that put all their coins together to go to one, let's use Dominique. Let's go to one Atlanta Hawks game back in the late 80s. A big game against the Knicks and Patrick Ewing. And you show up, and Dominique isn't playing because they just happen to be resting him that night. How disappointed would you be as a fan, as a family? You know, a lot of fans, they want to come watch the Stars play. Alex, every time you're on the bench, the fans are losing. They're losing because they're not seeing one of the best players to ever swing that back play. So the fans want to see the Stars. But look, guys, I grew up in a different time. I always say, when I was a kid growing up playing basketball, basketball's my number one sport, or even baseball. We played every day. Like I said, life had us in shape. Life. Catching the bus, riding bikes, running up and down the street. We didn't have video games, so we were outside all the time. These kids nowadays, I don't think they're in the same kind of shape we were in. Let me tell you something. I never came out of a game in youth basketball, in youth football. I went from running back to safety. We never came out the game, and we were never tired. Never. Because life had us in shape. I think the kids nowadays, a lot of these kids only play, like, let's say basketball. They only play basketball because I coach basketball. They only play it on the days we coach. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, we got practice. Games on Saturday. But on, Monday or Wednesday, they might not even play basketball at home. So I just think the times are different. Great athletes playing right now. I don't agree with them taking days off. And another point, I think one of you guys may have said it, but Alex, I know you feel this way too. I felt like I was a difference maker. I felt like if I'm in the lineup and I'm swinging the bat well, we gonna win. So that was my commitment to my team, my teammates. My teammates expected me to be in the lineup, Alex. They expected to listen. Every time I got hurt, we had a lot of injuries. Every time I got hurt, Fred McGriff was mad at me because I hit behind Freddie. He knew it was going to be a tough few days when I'm not hitting behind him. So I'm not in agreement with guys taking days off. I understand once you clinch, maybe, but
he was rolling. He was rolling.
He was on fire. But you know what? He's right too. I mean, I'll continue to what Dave was saying, Michael, is that I remember when I would play the Yankees or if I played, the Red Sox, and you didn't see their best players in the lineup, your team got energized. And the other part is, if you're my teammate, Michael, and I'm not playing, and you see that lineup, you're going to look at me and go, what's up? You don't think I have bruises and why aren't you playing? Because the truth is, Michael, if I'm playing or David Justice is playing and we're at 50% or 60%, that's better than the other. Mm-hmm. And nobody knows you banged up a little bit. So when that pitcher's facing A-Rod or that guy, they assume is 100%.
Couldn't agree with you more. I thought he brought a good point about save their money to go to games.
Yeah.
And if they go and Alex Rodriguez isn't playing or Derek Jeter's not playing, you've disappointed people and you've wasted their money. We'll get David back. We'll come back as well.
It'll be fun.
2,000 hours so everybody sees. 2,000 hours so everybody sees.
For 102 miles, continue straight.
2,000 hours so everybody sees. 2,000 hours so everybody sees. Let's get out, put my pedal to the floor and let's roll.
That's me before dawn power wash.
Soaking, scrubbing.
That's life. Was life. Now Power Wash gives me the power of an overnight soak in minutes. Minutes? With 3 cleaning boosters not found in traditional dish soaps that help break down, loosen, and lift away food and grease. So much faster. Just spray suds on. No water needed till rinsing. Tougher mess? Let the suds sit a few minutes before wiping. Even cleans. Flip real. Hey, it's more than soap. It's Power Wash.
A new car loses about 10% of its value from paying to drive off the lot. Or more. That's why Farmers' new car replacement pays to replace it with a new one of the same make and model. Get a whole lot of something with Farmers' policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Coming back early inspired me to want to be my very best for this team. It's really showing up every single day, knowing I can lead a generation coming in after me.
Get you.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back to K-Rod, everybody. We're in the 5th inning at Citi Field. Atlanta 3 and the Mets 1. And yes, we do have David Justice back, which is great.
Hey, David, I was talking before you came on of 2 of the biggest home runs. One we already saw, and Tell me a little bit about the Arthur Rhodes home run, because I've never seen Yankee Stadium go bonkers like that.
Hey, Alex, so you already know how Yankee Stadium can get rocking, right? So Arthur come in throwing 95, 96. Yeah. You know he stay on the corners, got that little cutter. So Alex, all I was thinking was I just got to get a fastball, because he would always throw me one good fastball. I think the most pivotal pitch in that at-bat was the 2-1 count when I held up on a swing. So Alex, 3-1. He got to come to me. He came in to face me. All I'm telling myself, Alex, is this. We're only down by 1. If I could just get this running from third, we're all tied up, going into the late innings, I like our chances. And Alex, he grew me a fastball right down the middle. Oh, and another thing I was thinking too, Alex, and I tell people this all the time. If you could have cut my head open, I was on a lake. Oh, no.
Oh my God, what a tease. You're on a lake. You got me all going.
His head is split open.
Oh my God, that head seems like a psychology class. I love it.
All of these famous people have terrible Wi-Fi.
Our viewers got to be as mad as we are.
Oh,
man, I'm sorry for this story. We say I cracked my head open and you're about to go into a lake.
If you cracked my head open, it would have been a lake.
Oh.
We do have that home run if you want to see it.
Let's do it. I would love to see it. Well, actually, it's going to be a terrible message, but I want to hear your call.
Swing on a jockey to right field. There it goes. See ya. Into the upper deck. David Justice with a 3-run home run. And the Yankees have come all the way back. They lead 6-4. Get your tokens ready. You might be boarding the subway. Oh, what a big home run for David Justice. That call doesn't work anymore. Tokens don't exist.
Wow.
Michael, you have to get your Metro card ready.
Michael, that was one of the greatest moments in David's career, but I got to say, that was one of the greatest moments in your career.
Thank you. There he is, Pat. Do you remember getting your tokens ready, David?
Hey, listen, that might have been one of the greatest teams of all time. So listen, look at the pandemonium. Hey, when you see this home run, and when I rounded second base, it was like an earthquake. It was like an earthquake, like I could barely move. I mean, it was just straight pandemonium. But prior to that swing, fellas, I was on the lake. Let me get back to the lake. I was on the lake with a fishing rod in the water.
You cracked your head.
Under a moonlit sky on that 3-1 count. That's what my mentality was. Because I remember, and all I was thinking was 80% will give me 100%. I know we got to come with a fastball. Don't try to do too much with it. Just square it up. And another thing, fellas, as I give you that breakdown of where I was mentioning, I don't even fish. I don't even fish.
What were you doing in that, David? So what were you doing in that lake?
That's what I know. I'm in one of those cheap boats too. You know, one of the ones you got to roll. I'm in one of those. I ain't on a yacht like you, Alex. I'm not on one of your yachts. And by the way, Alex, you fix your Wi-Fi. Fix your Wi-Fi. Don't try to blame me. Fix your Wi-Fi, man. You got all that other moves down there, man. Let's go. Fix your Wi-Fi.
We have a Hollywood strike. You know, budgets are down right now.
Let's go, man. Spend some of that money, man.
You made the playoffs every single year that you played that wasn't a strike year. What was it about you that made your team winners?
Well, Mike, Alex, let me just say this about the Atlanta Braves, all right? Because you guys have been talking a lot of Brave stuff. And you know I might be one of the biggest homers ever, okay? The Braves did an unbelievable job of scouting and then teaching us how to play the game from the mid-80s on. And when you look at all the Braves that came up in those 90s, everybody could play. Everybody, from Chipper to, I forgot the little second baseman we had, a little fast guy we had, but we always had guys coming to the big leagues. Look, I was raised well. I was taught how to play the game the right way by our Braves coaches. You see, I played hard, I try to play smart, and I try to do everything I could to help us win. I think I bring a certain energy to the team, guy. I think I bring a certain leadership, and I also can play. So I'm going to play hard. I'm going to play well. I'm going to hit. I'm going to play defense, and I'm great in the clubhouse. I mean, if I don't say so myself. So I think I'm a great addition to the team. And all the teams that I went to, unfortunately, we experienced some success. Not to mention I had some Hall of Famers on those teams too, fellas. Let's not forget that part.
Now, David, let's talk about your wife and Rebecca's business. What's going on there?
Hey, listen, man, my wife, now that our kids are out of the house, she's got her business, her jewelry design. It's fantastic. It's called House of Sacred Flame. I got to get that plug down Instagram at House of Sacred Flame. You can check out all the little I'm for it right now. Alex, you can wear this. Michael, I don't know, bro. I don't know if it's for you, Michael. Maybe so, but Alex, I know you can roll this right here. Yeah, but then Tommy, she's doing her thing. Hey, Alex, I seen it to you. You better wear it. We got bracelets too. Not we. She does it. But I'm her biggest model, bro, because I wear it every day. But yeah, she's doing that. Then we got our children, our 3 kids. Our oldest is graduating TCU. But I was telling my kids, my middle son plays football at UCLA. They're about to start up here in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to be in all these stadiums across America trying to support him. Then our daughter is in active field. She's got a movie coming out. Once they get this strike over, she got a movie coming out, so it's some exciting things for the Justice family.
Now, you're doing a lot of work with charities as well, David. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah. Well, fellas, once you retire, now we have an opportunity to help organizations raise money. And our oldest son, JR, was diagnosed with diabetes when he was young, around 5. And then I did a lot of growing up in the Boys and Girls Club. As a kid growing up in Cincinnati with just my mom. I'm the only child raised by just my mom. And my mom used to always take me to the boys club. That's why I got a mean pool game, and my jumper was right, and I'm unbelievable at bumper pool and ping pong. Those are all the things we learned at the boys club. So those are my 2 main charities that I support. But I've got a lot of friends. You know how we got friends that have their golf tournaments. My main man, Center Entertainer, about to have his big golf tournament down in Cabo, so we're about to go to that one. But yeah, that's what I try to do, man. Just run around with the family and then help my buddies raise some money with their organizations and, keep from being 300 pounds.
Hey, David, real quick, because I know it's 3-2 outs. I can relate with the single mother in the Boys and Girls Club. That was my mom as well. But you're a great player. You're a champion. But I miss you in the broadcast booth, and I hope at some point you come back in because baseball needs more David Justice. And congrats to you, my friend.
Hey, fellas, thanks for having me. I'm just waiting on them to call me. As soon as they call me, I'll be there, man. But hey, man, good talking to y'all. And Michael, always great to see you, brother. All right, and you guys be good.
Thanks, David.
Well, we got our camera on in just a second as the Braves continue to lead the Mets.
When you need orthopedic care, skip the lines and hassle of going to the emergency room and come to Ortho Urgent Care. With Ortho Urgent Care at Kansas City Orthopedic Institute, you can reserve your spot in line online, and we offer everything you need on site, from rapid diagnosis by one of our orthopedic specialists to MRI and X-ray imaging to treatments for injuries. Kansas City Orthopedic Institute has it all.
I hate to tell you this, folks, but I hate commercials.
Learn more at PCOI.com.
We are at commercial. If you're watching this show, please come on in and hit us up with a like, and subscribe.
Stops. It's the best time of the year.
There is nothing that brings as much joy as the Lady World Series.
They just love to play.
Sit back and enjoy.
The Little League World Series begins Wednesday on ESPN.
Dave from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a path bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm personal price plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath?
Jazz?
Who is that guy?
Jazz, man. Call her quick to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Everyone in the order knew Anakin Skywalker. You would live to see what he became. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, now available at a new low price. That's right. For the season starting at $59.99, blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Michael, you know what else will be an MLB.tv? It'll be the Yankees and your call today. Even though it wasn't a good result for the Yankees, I thought your call was fantastic. Joe, can you pick that up for us?
And the pitch. And now we'll go. Arise will score a brutal, gut-wrenching loss for the New York Yankees. After moving 8-7, improbable, unbelievable, inconceivable, and absolutely devastating.
Now, Michael, I do have a serious question here. I mean, that was a little bit of, I heard a little Vince Scully there. I heard a little Bob Costas, a little Shakespeare.
It was a great broadcast.
This is a great question, a real question. How much do you think about that call? How do you come up with all those words? Is that when you went to your writing days?
One person is A-Rod, and then the other one is Michael K.
And Garrett Cole was in the mound.
Garrett Cole pitched 6 innings, and then Clay Holmes, who had allowed 3 runs in his previous
8-7. Miami beat New York.
Yankees. Gave up the hit to Jake Burger. It just came out.
For that, too.
I mean, it wasn't planned, and maybe it's a form of education, but it just came out. All those words apply because you lost games like that. Those are killers. I mean, this is a team that needs wins.
Especially they need to win a series, today. They would have won the series. Going down to Atlanta, just lost the series against the White Sox. Michael, my question is, you watch the Yankees every day. You watch them every day for the last many decades. What is the biggest difference between, as you see, the Yankees versus an Atlanta Braves team?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not an excuse because I think the team is curiously constructed, but then it's started pitching. I mean, 80% of the starting rotation that was coming out of spring training doesn't exist. It's just Garrett Cole, who's been great.
Yeah.
And Garrett Cole, I think, is going to win the Cy Young Award in the American League. But how about this stat? I know you love these stats. Since the beginning of July, the Yankees have now lost 6 rubber games in a row.
Wow.
So in all their series since the beginning of July, they won 1. That was against Kansas City. They lost 8.
Wow.
And they lost 3. So right now they're on the outside looking in. They're in last place in the East, and they're behind the Mariners, and they're behind the Red Sox, and they're behind the Toronto Blue Jays for the 3rd wild card.
Michael, we made a friendly bet, and I know you watch your money very carefully. Who's closer to winning a World Series, the New York Mets or the New York Yankees?
You know what? You're not going to like the answer, and the Met fans that are watching won't like it. See, it's the Mets. I mean, it's a crapshoot. I mean, you just traded all your established players for lottery tickets. I mean, how often does the lottery come out?
Not very often.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think the Yankees will stay down for long, even if they haven't started the season this year and don't make the playoffs. I think they'll just reload. They won't rebuild. The Mets are rebuilding.
Now, we've heard about crapshoot. We haven't heard that from the Mets. We've heard that from the Yankees. The question that I have for you is, do you think the Yankees are capable to win a championship in the next 5 years.
Yes.
And the Mets.
Well, they get into a double play there. Well, no, he beat it out, so one does score now. It's 3-2. Championship within 3 to 5. So we're in year 3 right now. I think they could, sure. I mean, I think he's going to, I don't believe he's not going to spend money moving forward. And I mean, the likelihood of all of those guys making it are not very good. So they're going to have to get creative. I think the front office is going to have to get creative. You know, when you have the most money, you can be the best player, too.
Yeah, and look, I think you're going to have to make some philosophical decisions, right? It's the ones that are going to spend the big money to take them to this championship run. They already have Lindor in the contract. They got rid of Scherzer. They got rid of Verlander.
And they have Nemo, 8-year deal.
Right? And so they have some, you know.
I think this guy did sign a 4-year extension. He's 3 for 3 tonight.
They have some tough decisions coming up. Because sometimes it's not just about money. I mean, the Braves are not the biggest spender, but they are the best team. You got to find the best people in the put in a position to win.
I have a curious basketball question for you. So I like to ask you these things. I want to get inside that head.
What the hell did I miss? Oh, it's 32.
Megan Williams, which is 1.3 billion.
Atlanta. Come on, Atlanta.
Do you ever play the line?
No, but I need to start. That's a good idea.
Hey, what? Playing on the lottery? That's a bust.
Would you rather take 700 up front, or would you take 1.2 billion over 20 years?
Well, at my age, I'm taking it.
But Charlie may have, you know, your son and your daughter may have different thoughts.
Well, but still, the 700 million, I'll see it.
No, you get the $700 million. Are you going back to the Yes Network, or are you kind of saying, sayonara, I'll be a fan now?
I wouldn't work as hard, but I do love doing it.
How many games would you do?
100, 110.
Yeah, the fan base does not want you to win because just the thought of you meeting the Yankees would be scary.
It would be totally frightening.
It will be frightening for fans, yes.
I wouldn't blame them.
Now, Michael, remember, Alonso last time was in this situation, and he struck out with a man on third. It would be 3-3 right now. And here's your second opportunity. That could have been a double play. Riley couldn't come up with it cleanly. These are the little summer bats. That small things become big things. If you don't feel this cleanly here, it's a routine double play as far as catching it. Then you take it back and you have plenty of time to get Alonso. Nice recovery.
Knocked it down, didn't panic.
Yeah, the mistake he made there, Michael, he lunged too long. Rather than take a couple chopped little steps, get in a better position, he just lunged that out a little bit, and that's why he couldn't field it.
There's Vogelback, pitch outside.
It's outside. Here's Vogelback.
So did you say that we had a tweet here? Oh, there it is. The Orioles have suspended A-Rock for making them replay Michael K's calls against
I can actually take a vacation, thank you.
Wow. I didn't know the Orioles controlled this.
That's a lot of power.
That was not a good look.
I've become a Kevin fan.
Kevin Brown.
He's fantastic.
Absolutely.
You know, I think, by the way, it is the greatest thing that ever happened to him. It's not because I think people now know him. I think I'm a champion of his. I'm a supporter. I'm terrible for him. And I think in New York, all the things that you say.
Ball.
It's a disappointing moment for baseball and for Orioles that are really the story, one of the stories in Major League Baseball. The last thing you want is some distraction.
Alex, it should be all unicorns and rainbows. It's one of the great
Baltimore won in 10, 5-3.
You suspend a broadcaster for the simple thing of actually saying the truth, and it was positive. I mean, you can say the truth and it's negative. I guess you can rub people the wrong way, but it was positive. They haven't beaten Tampa Bay over the last 2 years as often as they've done this year, and it was in the Oriole notes.
It was a fact that he was reading that somebody else wrote.
Right. It was an agreement. And everybody agreed on it. He's the one who got sacked. But
Yeah.
Listening, but I'm a big fan and we wish you well and can't wait to have you back on the call. But he also picks a great roster. He's a young,
Well, that too.
very, very good broadcaster, which is part of the great story in Baltimore. And he's from Baldwin, New Jersey. Grew up a Yankee fan. Not now. Please don't suspend him. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Take it back. Yeah, take it back. Yeah. So, Kevin, apologies.
So here's Narvaez. Torino's working the trouble. That's a nice block there by Murray. Join us in the sixth inning, so looking forward to that.
Marquise, one of the great guys with a tremendous reputation.
Yeah.
He had almost 400 in the World Series.
I saw those stats. It's just amazing.
He's unbelievable, and obviously one of the great.
Bases loaded.
That was known for a lot of
Ball.
He was playing more shallow than everybody, and of course Andrew Jones learned from that. And he also played a shallow center field.
So I have the actual numbers before he comes out. Alex, 19 World Series with Atlanta and Cleveland. He had 390 and an on-base percentage of.
What the hell was that?
Torino's has simply lost the plate. And when he goes over the plate, 10 hit. So a 3-0 count to Narvaez.
So if you're hitting right now, you should definitely take that strike here, and maybe even 2. But if games come down to this big at bats,
you knew that. Don't go back.
High game.
Not so long, they'll force a run, and the game is tied at 3. So the Mets have come back from the 3-0 deficit after the top of the first to tie the game against the Braves.
and that's enough.
You've seen enough. Brian Snitker has seen enough. So the Braves will make a pitching change when we come back on the new pitcher, and we'll also hear from Marquise Christian on the bottom of the fifth inning on K-Rod. Braves play Metsvsbraves right here on ESPN2.
Yeah.
We always say so. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what they need.
That's my point. Stay off the freeways. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Nice. Nice work, Spence. So you can rise from pain. I see.
Good guy again. Pops.
Hey, son, you got a little something on your face.
I needed a quick shave.
Quick shave? Respect the process.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad. It's from Gillette Labs.
Gillette Labs?
Gillette's ultimate shaving experience. They screen bar, release trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex this contours to it.
Look at smooth.
You don't need to be smoother.
How about hooking me up with some Gillette Labs?
Check your text.
You're the best.
Nah, you're the best.
The best to make you get keeps getting better.
The next generation of shaving is Gillette.
What the hell is this fucking commercial? If somebody has a good idea, let me know in the damn chat.
Today it's possible to go from struggle to cholesterol success with Leqvio. Metastatin Leqvio is proven to lower bad cholesterol by over 50%.
Here's another stupid commercial. And it can go right along with the Gillette one.
Urinary tract infection, diarrhea, chest cold.
No offense, Gillette.
Shortness of breath. Ask your doctor about twice yearly Leqvio. Lower, longer Leqvio.
First off, what crushing professional baseball person Julio Rodriguez well off his knocking over a 3-year device contract.
I hate that.
Everybody hates that, Julio Rodriguez. Luckily, the T-Mobile was new in 2. New and existing customers always get the same great phone deals and are upgrade-ready in 2 years.
Nice scoop.
Thank you. Did I mention you can get the amazing iPhone 14 with this dual camera from T-Mobile?
Get iPhone 14 on us at T-Mobile.
Sorry.
Welcome back to K-Rod, everybody. So the Mets have tied the game and the bases loaded. They bring in Colin McHugh to face Mark Vientos. So the Braves shift that to the 3-0 lead. The Mets have made it back. That's a big moment in this game in the bottom of the fifth inning. As McHugh is warming up, we're going to talk to Marquise Christian, who is nice enough to join us now. I'm a Brave, and we mentioned just unbelievable in the postseason.
Well, yeah, that too.
Batting average. That's in 19 World Series games. Marquise, how did you hit so well in big moments? Most people will. Well, the lights were on. You know, I think you, as a player, you try to make it
Well,
to the league.
I'm going to end it here, folks, okay?
The goal is to win a World Series, man. And
Peace, folks.